You are stronger than you think. No, it is not your fault. You are powerful in many ways. No one compares to you. You are a queen. Don't forget to center your crown. Speak your mind. Don't let the world weigh you down. You are a king. Stand tall and strong. The pain doesn't last forever. I wanted to do this video because it is April, and as you all know, or I hope that you do know, that April is SAME, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. I'm recovering from a cold, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted to do this video just to basically like give tips on how to get through your sexual assault. These are some things or some advice, a couple pieces of advice that I needed when I was going through my sexual assault. And I just want to be, there to help other people experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing. So, tip number one for me would be to don't be afraid to cry. I know when I was going through my situation, I really avoided my feelings and I didn't want to face what happened. I basically just tried to shut everything off. I wouldn't talk about it. I didn't cry. And, as stuff builds up on the inside, it is going to get to a point where you're just going to lash out and be angry. And I just say face what you're feeling, cry, let it out. It's okay to cry. Crying is not a sign of weakness. It's okay to cry. Cry, let it out. I'm gonna say it again. Cry, let it out. Tip number two is to, when you are ready, do not let anybody force you to do this, but talk about it. As I said before, I was not open to talking about my situation. I wasn't going to tell anyone about my situation. I was just going to let it be something that I tried to put in the back of my head. So one piece of advice that I feel like is very, very, very important is to talk about it when you are ready. Talking about it, you're going to experience all the emotions that you are trying to avoid. Talking about it is going to force you to feel sad, to feel upset, to feel angry. And everything that you feel is okay. It is appropriate for you to feel that way. You can talk about it to someone that you trust. It doesn't have to be your mom, your dad. It can be your best friend, a teacher, a counselor. It can be anybody. Just talk about it when you're ready. Everybody needs somebody who is just going to listen to them. Whether you're going through this situation or not, everybody needs a leaning shoulder. When you're ready and when the time is right for you, talk about it. When I first started talking about my situation, it was with my counselor on my last campus, and she made me feel really comfortable. She made me feel strong, although I was crying and I was just a mess. She made me feel strong. She made me feel like I was going to get through the situation. Like, it made me look forward to tomorrow and the next day. Like, it was a way of expressing myself, and it made me come to terms with, my situation. And all in all, now I'm open book. I talk about it all the time. And that is what it is. When you're ready, just talk about it. The next tip number 3 that I would give is to, after you have talked about your situation and you have come to terms with it, realize that you are strong and realize that it was not your fault. A lot of times I have sat and I have blamed myself over and over and over for the situation. But nobody deserves that to happen, no matter what happened before the situation, meaning no matter what you wear, no matter what you say, no matter what image you're giving off, nobody deserves this to happen to them. It's a shame that it does, but nobody deserves this to happen. And for the people who have gone through this or are experiencing this, you don't deserve that. And do not blame yourself for it. Again, I'm going to keep saying it, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. A lot of people didn't tell me this when I was going through my situation. And that was something that I really needed to hear at the moment. So it's definitely not your fault. Tip number 4, I'm going to say the best thing you could do if you are a writer, if you like to write, get you a book. This is mine. It says Dream Big and Be Happy. This is my book. Let me tell you something. Growing up, I love to write and read. I don't like to read too much now, but I love to write. My best friend, actually, I was coping with it terribly. Like, I was just down in the dumps. I was very depressed. I was very angry all the time. And we were out. This is when I had my apartment. We were out shopping for my apartment, and she came across some books like this. And she said, do you like to write? And I said, yeah, I like to write. And she said, have you ever thought about writing your feelings or how, your day went, or just writing out any and everything? And I told her, I said, I used to write. She suggested that I get the book. Now, I was not going to get the book, so she got it for me. And I do write in here. I do not write as frequently as I need to, but I do write in this book. And some days there is times where I write in this book and I break down crying. And that's okay, because I'm forcing myself to feel those feelings that I am trying to avoid. So this is a great idea. If you don't want to talk about it, and you don't want nobody to know how you're feeling, write it down in a book. Write it down. It is going to make you feel better. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You're going to feel sad. But once you write it down and you close the book, like, your shoulders are going to feel so much lighter. And the weight of the world is just going to be off you. Trust me. Trust me. Okay? Get you a book for you to write in, okay? Get you a book. It's a must-have. It is a must-have. The next tip that I would give is, once you have talked about, your sexual assault situation, use your story. Put your story to good use. And when I say put your story to good use, what I'm saying is, like me, I took my situation, I turned it around, and I'm choosing to share my story, and I'm choosing to educate people on the truth about sexual assault, statistics, like, educate yourself on it, like, be an inspiration to someone else. People are going to look up to you. People are going to, sometimes it is going to be tough, because people are going to come to you and share things with you that they have not shared with anyone before. And it is a lot to carry, but I know it makes me feel good that people can come to me and talk to me about absolutely any and everything, and there's no room for judgment. I am not one of those people who judge. I don't do that. I want to share my story and just help people. I want people to know that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Some days are going to be darker than others, but hold on to those good days. Hold on to those good moments. Like, everything is going to be okay. Continue to fight. Continue to be strong. Continue to be who you are. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. One thing I do want to say is, It's going to be hard. Sexual assault is such a sensitive topic for people to talk about. It's People are going to have their opinions, some good and some bad. I have had the worst of the worst, and I've had the best of the best. Do I dwell on the worst? No, because opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has them, but they are not putting themselves in your shoes. Do not listen to the negative things that people have to say, because there are some negative people out there. Just let it go and let it be. Focus on the good thing. Focus on the good that you are doing. When I was on campus, I threw myself into we called it the Women's Center. It's basically where all girls can go to talk about any and everything. I would volunteer, do activities, and it was fun. It was very uplifting, and I loved that. I met some of the best people that I'm still friends with to this day. And that alone helped me share my story and continue to keep moving forward and share my story. I am not ashamed. I do not blame myself. And yeah, just tell your story. People are definitely going to look up to you. People are definitely going to come to you and want to talk to you. And to me, it's just a great feeling that I'm actually impacting people and that I can help people. Yeah. The next thing I would say, look, I really didn't write any of this down, but it's just kind of coming off the dome. But the next thing I would say is, you're not gonna forget what happened, okay? Like, I'm just going to be completely honest. You're not going to forget what happens, but it's up to you to figure out what you're going to do with your situation. Either you're going to let it break you or you're going to let it make you. Like I said, some days are going to be harder than others, and I have not always been the best at coming to terms with what happened, but it happened, and it forced me to deal with it, and it forced me to cope with it, and it forced me to face the fact that it happened, and that, you know, I have to continue to push forward. I have to continue to keep myself uplifted. I have to continue to, you know, encourage myself. Like, people are going to encourage you, but in all honesty, people are going to tell you stuff to encourage you, and it's going to go in one ear and out the other. Like, on the inside, you're going to be like, I hear them, but I don't believe it. I hear them, but I just don't think that that's true. People are going to tell you things are going to get better, and you're really just going to block all of it out. But you have to find it within yourself to encourage yourself to continue to wake up every day and move forward. It's up to you. But my best advice that I could give to any and everybody is to move at your own pace. Do not let people force you to feel like you should have been over it. My situation happened 3 years ago. Am I over it? Absolutely not. I think about it all the time, but I don't want to continue to live in that dark space, and I don't want to continue to be an angry person or a sad person. Like, I want to find my happiness. I want to move on to bigger and better things. I know better next time. I know what to look for when I go out and I engage in drinking or, you know, party activities. I know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't let it overconsume your thoughts and your emotions, because I'm here to tell you that there's gonna be happy days. There's gonna be better days. There's gonna be days where you just smile and you glow and you feel good, and that's the best feeling. You can't dwell on the I'm sad, I don't want to be bothered. You know, don't let that be your everyday. Don't let it be your everyday. It is going to be your Sundays, and that is absolutely okay. That is absolutely okay. Do things at your own pace. You will get there. You will absolutely get there. Trust me. Being said, I want to thank you all for watching my video. If you have not heard my story, watch the video before this and I tell you everything about my story. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to comment below. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. And thank you so much. Bye.